Eva. Okay. Nice. You can hear me and see me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anything that you noticed?
Feels like as we rest together, the recognition that all these movements and sensations appear in awareness just is natural. You see it, or it's seen like that. And yeah, it's such a habit to think that we have to get involved in the sensations and the movements, and yet once we can see that it's not necessary, and we don't have to even stop it, there's just a noticing that it's involvement happens from time to time, or it doesn't. None of it really matters. It's all just life doing its dance.
At the moment, I'm like sometimes having like a lot of trouble like relating, or like it's just sometimes so confusing to me, like what happens, and yeah, all these things, how you suddenly like are like totally messed up, or that's like how you feel at least. and then
Mhm.
you find yourself, like I find myself in like something, and then yeah, and then to not make any stories, yeah, and
Mhm.
I wonder if you can say something about that. I think it's the same, right? Just coming back to this moment, and
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like, I guess a question would be to explore what is relating with what.
yeah, these are just patterns, touching other patterns. Yeah,
so, so when you see it like that, it's not you with someone else, or that you having difficulty. It's patterns that play, that have difficulty, and so when you see it like that, then the pattern plays, and you notice it, and you see, okay, so that's, who knows where that pattern even comes from. But you never asked for it, you never signed up for it, you never gave them your email or anything. It's just like it's just
no,
a
not
pattern play. Yeah. So from the seeing that patterns are just relating with patterns, and that a pattern isn't something, it's not a noun. It's like a, what is a pattern? Like what is it actually?
yeah, some
Old information.
organization or something. Yeah,
Yeah, like that. Yeah. So then once we can see that these patterns are playing, then what actually really needs to be done, because it's like any involvement at all shows up as identification. Yeah.
yeah. So how it shows up, maybe I can.
Sure.
Is this um it feels, but of course that's already in separation somehow, but it feels like there's some checking going on from the other person,
Mhm.
if it's okay. So that's, I think, a young organization that feels like unsure, and then my system or this system doesn't know what to do, like either to confirm the whole time that everything is fine, or to
No, 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 no,
itself. Yeah,
no.
because
Okay, so
to just deal with it and not say anything for this
it,
system feels so
it
uncomfortable.
if you're going to say anything,
Yeah,
I would just speak what you said. It appears that something is playing that is looking for confirmation. So you just state what you see. No judgment, no trying to make it okay, nothing. It's just to me, it looks like there's a pattern playing that's looking that everything is okay.
but if it's
Once
denied, and
it's just
then
it's just like once you put it in words and you say what it is, okay, it's just a pattern. It's not the person, just a pattern. And you
if
don't
the
try
other
and,
person, or if
yeah, no, yeah,
that,
if it's coming, wherever it's coming from, you just say, look, this is how it appears here, that there's a
yeah,
pattern playing that is looking for confirmation. Does that resonate with your sense of things? And if the person goes yes, and you go, oh, far out. So yeah, then what I was sensing was accurate. And so if you want to take it further, just when life looks through that filter of looking for confirmation, what happens?
But the
Then it
thing is,
becomes,
if it's denied, if the other person says no,
Mhm.
there's nothing, but then the tension remains. It like it feels for my system that I can only remove myself because it feels like so uncomfortable.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then it comes down,
yeah,
for me, just that capacity to name something is super powerful, because it
yeah,
doesn't go into blame. It doesn't go, and then if that doesn't, uh, you see, if there's discomfort, there'll be usually some, you could say, some authenticity of how to get comfortable, how to come out of the discomfort. And so that'll go into a whole lot of other movements, it's like, but that simple naming it, even if only in your own mind, oh, it's just a young organization looking for feeling insecure. Even you just say to yourself, okay, cool. What does it have to do with them? Nothing. What does it have to do with me? Nothing. Okay, good night. Sleep well. See you in the morning.
and
You
not
know,
get like overly involved in it because that's the
no,
thing, right?
not
Like,
because the
oh,
moment there's an
I find
involvement in it,
myself
it's
like
like,
trying to fix it, and it's so
yeah, no.
exhausting. But
Oh,
I know I shouldn't. But like it's
but
like,
it's not a question of shouldn't or not. It's just a question of seeing, okay, that's the impulse.
yeah, that's a
That's
young
the
organization
that's
indeed.
the
Yeah,
automatic impulse. It wants
yeah,
to do that. It
yeah,
wants to, then it goes into everything. Like, okay, I need to take care of myself and all this stuff. And it goes into a whole bunch of stuff. But just to see, okay, look, it's a young organization and maybe it's touching something in this organization. And if you kind of feel to, you go, okay, what's it touching here? It wants everything to be okay in its environment or something, and you just name it for yourself too. Okay, so how does your system respond when this young organization, how does the pattern in you respond when there's looking,
wants to make it go away.
wants to make it go away? So you just say,
Yeah,
okay, it wants everything to be at peace and wants
yeah,
everything to
that's
be
it.
okay. And you go, okay, how sweet, what a sweet. It doesn't recognize that everything is okay. This pattern is okay. This pattern is God as much as any other pattern is, or anything. It's all,
Yeah,
doesn't have to do anything, doesn't have to understand anything. It's just pattern vibrates something that wants your environment to be easy or at peace or something. And it is. I mean, it's just a pattern playing. It doesn't mean anything. It's just. I don't know if that's helpful, but to
it
me,
is. Yeah, it is. I
okay,
can
cool.
feel it,
Yeah.
and it's like it sometimes even becomes angry because it's like like this checking it, like it feels so uncomfortable, and then yeah, like all these things, yeah, and it wants to know, like the discomfort, it wants it just that the discomfort is not there, so that then at least
Yeah, yeah,
things
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, because then if that's not there,
Yeah,
then at least we can enjoy,
yeah. So you could say a discomfort arises in whoever you're playing with, and the way their system deals with it is wanting to get confirmation. Is everything okay? And so on the other side of that pattern, the discomfort arises, and um, it wants to deal with the discomfort in a different way. It's both dealing with just discomfort,
yeah,
and underneath that
yeah,
discomfort, there's just space, It's just like it's a pattern playing with a pattern. Nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing. It's just like,
then I
because
can, yeah,
those movements just take you into the movie. That's all.
that's the thing, that the discomfort feels so intense but that's because, yeah, exactly. If I can see it from more like spaciousness or something, or like, then maybe it's then that it doesn't get sucked into it so much, and it becomes also
So,
more
so,
soft.
so, so
Yeah.
let's just look at something here. When it's spoken, if I can see it, so already then that it's like as spaciousness, speak as spaciousness self. No if, no doing, as in spaciousness. How do you speak?
Then there's nothing to speak actually, even now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if an, it's like this, the kind of the worst that can happen is an automatic unconscious movement happens where discomfort comes up. And as soon as the discomfort comes up, then it goes into all the strategies to try and avoid the discomfort. And all of those strategies, every single one, are identification. They just, you've entered into the matrix, yeah? And nothing wrong with entering into the matrix, because the moment it's seen, that magic trick is over. It's just, for the moment, then it looks for what should I do? I need to do this. I need to set boundaries. It's like, like, should I end this? Should I get out of it? It's like, you could say
Yes,
then,
it's so helpful. Thank you.
yeah.
Oh,
And we can check, we can just go back to gallery view for a moment and just check and see how many people know those movements in themselves. They experienced it once or twice, or
yeah, that's really nice to see. Oh,
yeah, cool.
okay, yeah. So yeah, because of course it feels like very personal, and that like yeah, like you're failing in relating and all those things.
Yeah, and those are all what the mind does. It's like, oh, like, and if
That there's
if any
something
of the
going on.
if any of those are believed in, I mean, that's hell.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, what opportunities, it's not comfortable, but that's the benefit, in the sense of, like, when patterns meet patterns, it's just to see, okay, here's a pattern that who knows how many generations old it is, and it's coming again to be seen. And it's just like, resting as awareness, and not interested in engaging one more time.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity for deepening like this,
No doubt.
and not going into the stories and the, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm very
And not,
grateful. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Easy.
Thank you so much, Isaac. It's really, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And what I suggested at the beginning, it's just naming something. Oh, there's a pattern playing here, the pattern of wanting confirmation, and then the way the pattern responds is feeling uncomfortable and wanting to get away from that, and you just name it and then leave it. Just, okay, it's just patterns.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that I can feel that would be very helpful. And yeah, because
Yeah.
before I was like trying to solve it.
Yeah.
Of course, I know that I shouldn't solve it, but when it happens, I don't. Then I'm going totally into solving it. Like, totally. Oh,
That's the order. Look, that's the automatic and unconscious, and nobody does it, Eva.
no.
That's just a movement. And just to see, you don't do that. You would never do that. Because it's, it's, how could I say it? When that movement happens, the sense of you arises that then claims it's doing it. But it's an automaticity. Nobody's doing it. Just, okay, there's, some discomfort. I mean, and I can sense when we sit with you, me, I feel something around my center, my, my, just underneath my ribs, I could say. That's where I feel sensation. And so, okay. Yeah, like just above my belly button. Let's say there, just right in there. That's where I feel it. Who knows where you feel it? But that's just, I just sense like,
Yeah, I feel it here in my.
Yeah. So because that would be the center of belonging, the sense of the right to be just the way you are, the sense of, the third chakra. It's just like that. And so, it's just like. And so whatever discomfort is there, whatever sensations are there, whatever the texture of them are, it can be there. Don't have to solve them, doesn't mean anything. It's just space for them. So we hear and there's sensations, yeah. And just gently, gently, gently notice if there's any resistance to the sensation. If those sensations can simply be. It's not particularly comfortable, but it's also not life-threatening. It's just discomfort,
Yeah, I can see when it doesn't have to be fixed, and when exactly it's like it comes totally different. Like it doesn't become it's like it doesn't feel personal anymore, even because it's of course even about an idea of how it should be, because and I don't even know actually how it should be.
And
Without
for
sensation.
sure, for sure, we know it'll change. And so just letting it free as much as you
That
can.
it says something that it shouldn't be there, if it would be good, it shouldn't, you should feel something different or something. But that's like, I can see how ridiculous that is, because how do we know? Like, yeah.
Just an opportunity, So we hear and those sensations are here, whatever they are, if you sense them.
And then I can also feel how much softer it becomes, because I could feel that one of those things was feeling that I need to kind of like, like close myself off, or like, and then it's terrible.
Exactly. And like I have to close myself off. How would awareness do that? Awareness is
Oh.
You can see that's just movements of identification. It's nothing, no one would do that. It's just like those movements happen and they seem like need to take care and all this stuff. But ultimately, it's based on sensations, interpretations of sensations, and automaticities. As far as I can see. Doesn't seem like,
Thank you so much.
Cool. So just as we resting here, and whatever sensations remain and are there, they're changing subtly or not so subtly. And does it interfere with just being gently present with each other?
No, that's the funny thing. If I sit with you, or like, then, yeah. In this, no, that's also so in this moment,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
there's no problem.
There's no problem.
Not in the
That's it.
way.
And
Yeah.
so that's not intellectual. That's just recognizing as we resting there. That's how it is. It's no problem.
Yeah, it feels, wow, it feels so, yeah.
Yeah, that sense of boundaries, that sense of being separate, all starts to dissolve, So
Yeah.
I think the only question is how sweetly can we meet in this moment? I mean, it's just like,
Yeah, that's it. Like, from here.
thank you for bringing up this topic.
Thank you so much.
That's And more love.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ava. Yes. Come on, Julie. Werner. Hi.
I just a practical question.
Yes.
What's about this retreat? I haven't got any information.
Starting on September 3rd, there's a 2-week retreat. Usually you're on the mailing list, right? But if you go to my website, you'll see the information on it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Cool. If you have the time and interest, it'd be lovely to have you there. Cool. Just things are getting pretty crazy in Australia now. In this part of Australia, in New South Wales, like new rules and regulations happening almost on an hourly basis. It's like really getting more and more crazy. And today there was like I could say, a protest, and there were all these people standing around absolutely silent. It did a little bit of umming at one point, but just such a sweet vibe. And one policeman came and started to try to be a bully or something like that. And he said, "You have to disperse now. This is unlawful." And everyone was in such a middle place. Everyone just started laughing. Nobody. Cool. And then he said, "I can fine you all $1,000. And someone just piped up from the crowd and says, "Your fines aren't worth the paper they printed on." And then he just kind of walked away. No one bit. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Was this in Byron Bay, Isaac?
In a little neighboring town called Mullumbimby, because
Mullumbimby, okay, yeah.
yeah. Hi, Sylvie.
Hi, Isaac. Also heard about the truckers that they wanted to block the road.
Yeah.
Is it already happening or not?
Yes, as
Yes?
far as I
Okay.
know.
Yes?
Yeah. So many really crazy, like, children at school.
Yeah.
If they want to go on a field trip with the school, they have to ask permission from the parents. But now they're saying that children at school don't need to get permission to get a vaccination from their parents.
Yeah, here also.
Yeah,
It's insane. And our law says, our law in our country says, I think it's still 16. You have to have permission from the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're trying to go around it. It's just funny times.
Yeah. Not boring.
No, definitely not.
Just wanted to rest a little.
With pleasure.
What are you sensing?
Somehow that faculty of trying to put in words is not functioning at this moment. So. Anything you want to speak?
I was wondering if you feel this all the time, or is it also with moments?
It's always changing. So
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, to me, it feels like I'm hit by a star or something.
Nice one.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Hi, Isaac. Can you speak again?
Sure. How's that?
Yes. So the retreat with Michael was very beautiful, but and also very intense for me. So maybe some integration can happen or whatsoever. Yeah. I feel very, what is it in English? In German, aufgewühlt. A lot of turbulence inside the whole body. So, yeah. Something you want to say? Or feel? Okay. So just give space to this turbulence. Yeah.
When we say give space, it sounds like a doing.
Mm.
And to me, it's more a question of recognizing that you already are the space,
Yes, thank you.
that everything's appearing in it.
Oh, yeah. How often I have to hear this? Mm. 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 Mm.
Liliana. Bye.
Everybody.
What happens in you?
First, it was a thought, well, not a nice one. And I thought, I'll just see it pass through. And then I went back into, the focus went back into space, that this. And then it just, something rised up. And I was kind of like, couldn't see what it is, but it was upsetting. And then tears came out. And then I was thinking, I'll change the focus again. And then it just came in really came in, like from the gut, from the, yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't see it. There seems to be something here. And when we started, I sensed it. And again, I tried to change focus away from that. Mm. You startled me. It's probably a good thing. Oh. 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 I can see a movement that's trying to run away, but I'm here.
Good to see.
Yeah. It was interesting when I said I'm here, as if my heart just went wow, massive.
Thanks, Lloyd. Eva. Hi, Eva.
Hi, okay. Yeah, just nothing, just like to rest with you for a little bit.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sometimes you're a little bit frozen because of the internet. You make some movements in your face, but it doesn't matter. You look a little bit like an alien sometimes because you're like, not a problem. It's like one heartbeat. Very nice. That's joyful. It's like with everyone, not only two of us. Yeah. One heart. One big heart.
Thanks, dear heart. Thank you, dear heart.
Yeah, thank you too.
Champa. Hi.
Also just resting, connecting
Yeah.
far as
love it.
possible.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a very fine line between naming things, which is helpful to get aware, and the tendency always to keep track with the mind, to try to control or to do actually only to do something.
Beautiful distinction. Really, like you say, it's a fine line.
Yeah. I can see the same thing in the body right now because something opened up, was getting more alive, more warm, and and one part always plays the role. No, 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 no. Yeah.
Yeah, because it gets pretty beautiful.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Mm.
Yes, it does.
Life moves out of the dimension of giving to get and all of that stuff and just into pure flow, just love, loving love, you know. It's just like, and I think what's always tricky is that there's essential beauty to it all too. That's just, it's like, it is like love in a way, you know, but it's just an energetic love dance, would say it like that. But it's not trying to hold or control or get or anything. It's just love, loving love, and it's beautiful. And yeah, you know, we're not used to it.
Yeah, the giving to get part was very big in childhood, and not only in childhood. It's really a deep pathway.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's like in terms of intimate relating, there's such a familiar pattern of trying to get someone addicted to us. You know, and then once we do, we don't like it. But
No.
the whole intelligence plays that way and does that dance, you know, and to try and get some kind of stability or sense of security. But it's just that's a very familiar pathway, just rather than this unconditional flow that just is, yeah.
Yeah. Seems to me right now that this is actually what is just happening, or what is if there's nothing in the way.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Mm. I love how you speak. It's beautiful. Mhm. Thanks, Champa.
Thank you.
Mm. كده.
Unmute.
Mm.
Can you see me and hear me?
Yes, I do.
Good. Um, yeah, I would like to sit with you. There are many new challenges arising at this moment. Say money-wise and health-wise, and due to the fact that I'm in a wheelchair now because of the fall, the surgery might be a problem to go through quickly, because I can't walk, I can't recover well enough, and I can't use my arms after the surgery for 2 to 3 weeks, not put weight on it. So it's unclear if it can go through in the supposed time that it should be happening.
Mhm. Who knows if that's a blessing or a curse?
I don't know. No, it's so apparent that I'm so dependent on help for everything right now. I mean, this trajectory that I had in mind, because I also sold my house in the meantime. It's it's like so many challenges on my way now, and so many unknowns, which always is the case, but now it seems they are all coming together in a huge unknown. I'd like to sit with you. Feels like a very, when we're sitting now, it feels like a very old grip of a negative pattern, negative thinking. Aggressiveness.
So, the question of like, what is trust?
What is trust?
Yeah, beautifully looking. Just maybe we can look as a community.
Yeah, first the comment, something foolish, and then the trust. Trust is when I can be in moment by moment with what is present.
What is it?
What is it? I would say love. It's a quality. What is your definition of trust?
Playing right now. What is it? And what is it that we can trust? Can we trust the mind? Can we trust thoughts? What is it that we can trust?
Well, there's one thing I trust, but I don't know if trust is the right word, or it's a knowing that we all are unconditional love, or light.
So within who we are, what is it? What is trust, and what can we trust?
Then we can trust all.
Who does that, or what? More or less, more the absence of anyone.
Yeah, it's not me, not my ego.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the underlying motor of what I just said in the beginning is fear.
Can we trust fear?
Well, I think at a certain level, fear is educating.
Is what?
It's educating. Fear is a learning process of the human being to focus on what is more important. So I wouldn't trust fear as a motivator for right decision making.
Yeah. How's it in this moment?
It's actually quite peaceful.
Sure. How the hell did that happen?
Well, your questions opens up the bigger scope to the field to be more present.
Oh, far out.
And I can see that it's my it's a fear of losing control. That too many unknowns are not manageable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does that fear belong to?
Can you say again?
Who does that fear belong to?
I have no clue. I don't want to call it mine because it's the right
You
thing.
can see, yeah, you can see it's just old conditioning, an old pathway, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm also much more aware of a part of my brain that has been, my inclination is dulled by the painkillers. Yeah. Which keeps me in a more, yeah, dulled state.
Tamasic, yeah.
Sorry.
The tamasic state, yeah.
Very, yeah. But your questioning opens up the sattva.
Good.
Very grateful. Thank you.
Thanks, Brigitte.
Big hug for you.
Thank you. Antje and then Grit.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Antje.
I like to sit.
I believe that you'd like to speak.
No. Mm. Thank you, Isaac.
Thanks, Santje. Hmm.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I see.
Hi, Isaac.
I agree.
Hmm. Hmm. Feels very alive. And I'm so grateful for you and the Sangha. Thank you, Isaac.
Good job.
I feel I want just to say how easy life is by just watch and see and let go. Yeah. And to put words already makes it less. So I see the light. If I watch and see, just watch and see and let it go, whatever I see, because I cannot change anything. Where resistance comes because I want to have it different or better, I feel deep in me, I can change it just by welcoming it, and like embracing it. It feels more quiet. It gives more trust, also in around everywhere. Otherwise, I get so easy in stories of myself and other people, and that takes a lot of energy. It's so easy to go along with stories of other people or circumstances or whatever. It's on the screen. And then just to watch and see and breathe in and out, it makes life more peaceful. Nou ja, that was a little report. I want to show it to the world that this is the best way to bring peace and an easy life. Besides all the computers, laptops, smartphones, Chromebooks, iPads. I see it, children all have it.
It's
People
probably
all
good.
have it.
It's probably a good time to stop talking.
Yeah, and see the mind as a computer that you can just, you do it open, you close it, and then go for the good things. Yeah, whatever the good things are. But, yeah. Anyway, there was a very blissful moment when I look at you. I felt, I see the light. I feel the light. But even that is already too much to say that. I felt like, oh, I have eaten a big meal and I feel really like, oh, I feel so, that you feel nurtured just by the energy. And to remind that any moment, that's the best to, but you cannot do that. Maybe wait for it. Sometimes I wait for it. How do you do that? Now, not doing it, but are you also waiting, or are you 24/7? Yeah, like you feel blissed out, or that you are seeing, that you see everything. And be at ease with, okay, this is it. I cannot change it. I relax in peace. And bring that to the world. Yeah, that is a question now.
There's no me in the world,
Yeah. Good to feel that, or to share that. Especially. So I don't need to think about taking the house on the beach or staying where I am at the lake. Because I know the people, I know everything. The unknown, it can be a little bit shaky, because I can have a house on the beach now, but I feel, why shall I do it? But I cannot decide it with my mind. Now I feel I have to see it and then If it embraced me, it's good. If not, then not.
It's
So
probably a good idea. It's probably a good idea to stop talking.
yes. And trust that all the answers are here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thanks,
Oh,
Georgia.
thank you for this morning. It was really like, letting go. Oh, thank you.
Beauty.
Yes.
Thank you, Sylvie,
I
for
hope we stay
hosting.
connected.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for participating and showing up again and again. Love, peace, beauty.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna